Hey, what is up guys? So we are going to be going over the spoiler list for the 2013 Wave 1 Elemental Dragon Tins, as well as talk about what is going to see an increase in play, and if you're actually just looking to profit off these tins, I'm going to tell you guys what you should actually invest into. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first off, let's go over the spoiler list. So for the Fire one, we have the Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernos, we have Karakuri Bure, Gaga Cowboy, number 40, Gimmick Puppet of Strings, and Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Bear, which actually comes in both of them. And then for the Water Elemental Dragon Tin, you get Title, you get Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning, one of my favorite cards of all time. And then we have Ally of Justice Catastor, and a Gustav Max, and of course Fire Fist Bear, which actually comes in both of them. So let's take out Bear out of the equation, and let's go ahead and talk about what is going to see an increase in play because of these tins. So obviously Fire Fist will see more of some play because, you know, Bear is a card that, you know, people really need to run in that deck. But as far as Karakuris go, this deck always tops. There's always, you know, one or two of these that tops at least, you know, in a format. The deck is pretty good. It only really gets hurt by Max C, and now it's pretty easy to build. It's considered probably a budget deck now. I mean, the only other foil card that you need is Barreto, and Barreto is really easy to, you know, obtain. It got reprinted in like the Haunted Mine, so he's a really pretty inexpensive card as well. So Karakuris will probably see an increase in play because of these tins. Bure is pretty much the only card, like I said, that was pretty much a non-budget card. But next up we have Gaga Cowboy, which is pretty much just like a staple card. I mean, pretty much anyone that's playing any rank or level 4 monsters that can make rank 4 XYZs, they're probably going to want to put Cowboy in there just because basically what it comes down to is he has 3,000 attack, and he can also have that ability to burn for the last amount of damage. So be expected to lose the Cowboy a lot more often now. Sometimes that Cowboy gets you. As far as the puppet, the Gimmick Puppet of Strings, no one really is going to try to build it simply because of this reprint. I mean, there might be some players that do it, but realistically, I don't know if you guys have tried Gimmick Puppets, but the deck, it's a little bit difficult to actually pull off, and this card technically was a jump card, so it's more of a collector's item than anything, and now that's reprinted in the tin, a lot of players will have access to it, but it's not like Gimmick Puppets, I think, will be meta at the way the game currently looks right now, unless they get more support in the future. So as far as the other tin, maybe Chaos Dragons will see some more play simply because of BLS plus Gustav Max. Because remember, you know, there's Red as Darkness Metal Dragon plus Trigodia, that makes Gustav Max, and Gustav Max, it can burn you for a lot of points of damage as well. So keep that in mind, that maybe Chaos Dragons will see an increase in play. I've already seen a lot of players actually trying to play Chaos Dragons simply because, you know, nothing got really touched in the deck, and, you know, BLS is an awesome card, and that's probably a lot of players wanted this card as a reprint because that was kind of like the only expensive card. I mean, basically it was 3 structure decks, and then you toss in a BLS and you were pretty much good to go. So BLS getting reprinted will probably be a card that people will splash in a lot of decks, not only because, you know, I personally love BLS in a lot of decks, but there have been a lot of players playing Blackwings that run triple Valor, and, you know, that one Thunder King. Some even play Raikos to get rid of certain cards. Also, Vayu Turbo is a build that you can play Raiko, and it's just a good card. So BLS might see some more play in a lot of different decks. It might just be one of those cards people like to splash in. Myself, I like to splash in a lot of things. Catastor is a great card. There's pretty much like, you can kind of look at like Cowboy, it's kind of one of those cards where you can just splash it in a lot of things. But I think that as far as Gustav Max getting reprinted, there's also a card that's pretty similar. It was an XYZ card printed in the Number Hunters. It's Gang Raida, and he's got pretty much a similar effect, and you can basically splash someone it's the same way. But the way I look at it, as far as investments, if you are looking to simply just profit off these tins, for me, I look at it and I look at this and I look at BLS and Catastor as much better than Cowboy and Bure. As far as, you know, down the line, Catastor is going to be a card that, you know, a lot of players will want, and, you know, it's kind of one of those cards that hasn't been reprinted in a long time. So if you're looking to simply buy these tins to maybe trade the cards that you get out of here, I think that the Water one or Title will be a much better investment for you. But as far as the metagame goes, Karakuris will probably see a huge increase in play, like I said, simply because the deck is pretty good, and this was the only card they really needed. But, like I said, be ready to get burned for those last points of damage, whether it's with that Cowboy or with that Gustav Max. But, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes, out.